Hello, welcome to our channel. Welcome all the new listeners and the old listeners as well. We're grateful that you take some time out of your day to listen to Dhamma, contemplate, analyze, and practice mindfulness throughout your day. We're talking about the Eightfold Noble Path. Today is number 5. It's entitled Right Livelihood. In the little brown book that I composed on page 54, it says, abandon dishonest livelihoods, cheating or swindling. So now we have the internet, and people have created all kinds of amazing ways to cheat and swindle and be dishonest. Of course, business has had that problem for the beginning of time. There have always been, and apparently always will be, business people who swindle, who cheat, and who are dishonest. There are movies about it, books about it, television programs where we see people lying, cheating, and stealing. It also says, don't deal in weapons. That means we wouldn't sell weapons, have a store that sold weapons that people could use to kill living beings or injure them. There's a famous man in California. He was one of the early Vipassana teachers. There were 3 of them, starting with Mr. Goenka, and then there was a lady and a man from California who also taught for a number of years. He worked in the defense industry, making rockets with nuclear weapons on the head of the rocket. So that would be something he had to give up. There's all kinds of ways that people sell things that can be used to injure and kill living beings. It says, don't deal in meats. So being a butcher would be out of the question. I think selling them, having a store, or working in the meat department of a store, working in a butchery, or whatever you call the place where they kill the animals and cut them up for sale, that is not okay under the right livelihood heading. Dealing in intoxicants. Of course, in the time of the Buddha, the primary intoxicant was some kind of alcohol. No doubt there were things people could smoke as well. We have increased that list of possibilities enormously. People abuse prescription medications. There are a host of illegal drugs, and some of those have been made legal. The idea is that these drugs alter our consciousness. That's why we take them. But we are out of control entirely when we use various means to change our mind, alter our emotions, and we're just a victim. Like I said many times, it's a pleasurable, but with LSD and some of the psychedelics, people have real bad trips, and some of them are institutionalized, etc., because there's no way to govern what the mind is doing. And when we practice meditation and our meditation becomes more advanced, we can access all kinds of altered states of consciousness without using intoxicants. The next one is poisons, anything that kills living beings. We don't want to make a living doing that. It says trading in living beings including slaves, prostitution. So I interpret that to mean making a business of trading in animals. The slaves and prostitution is obvious. That's the only understanding I can come up with trading in living beings. We know that people love their pets, are good to their pets many times, not all the time. And it's hard to imagine that being kind to a dog, being the daddy to the dog, or the mother to the dog, or the cat, or birds, or any number of animals, could cause karmic regret. But that's what the definition of right livelihood suggests. Have to be really careful with the kind of thinking, speaking, and actions that we're performing every day, because they're going to come back to us in some form or another, and we'd like that to be a nice experience. It says, anything that harms oneself or others. Well, being unfaithful to our partners, lying to the people who trust us, being deceptive, misleading people. These things harm relationships. They destroy relationships. It destroys the confidence and the trust that we have in others when they betray us. Can be something as simple as they ask to borrow money, maybe just $10, maybe a large sum, and then they don't pay us back. Now the trust is broken. That would just be one simple example of don't do anything that harms oneself or others. It's up to each of us to examine the mind and to see just how honest and faithful we're being in our thinking, in the way we talk, and of course in our actions. Otherwise, memorizing things that we've heard on YouTube and in the books we've read, etc., isn't helpful. If we're not examining our own mind to see where we need to improve, what things we need to let go of, and which things we need to polish and make even better than they are in the present moment. So the last three of that we have talked about, number 3, 4, and 5 of the Eightfold Path, constitute the virtue portion of the Eightfold Path. The first two were the wisdom portion of the Eightfold Path. Somebody has divided the Eightfold Path into 3 parts. The first 2 were the wisdom part. These last 3 are the virtue part, and we'll see what the next 3 constitute. Well, this talk's a little shorter than usual. Thank you for listening. Please know that you can always listen to the other talks. These talks go back quite some time. Some of them are an hour long. Before I learned people just won't listen to them for an hour. Anyway, you can also always contact me. There's never any charge or cost for direct communications. I invite everyone to ask questions, to text me questions, or to reach out to me in any number of ways and options that are listed here on this YouTube channel. Okay, thank you. Have a great day. Appreciate you listening.